Can everyone hear me without the mic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking about this, and this is poets in support of Pussy Riot, and people often ask and wonder what the link is between poetry and activism, and what poetry has to offer to the fight for justice and freedom. And I'm a bit inarticulate about that, but someone who was very articulate was a woman called Audre Lorde, who was a black feminist, a poet and a civil rights activist. And this is what she had to say about the importance of poetry. Poetry is not a luxury. It is a vital necessity of our existence. It forms the quality of the light within which we predicate our hopes and dreams towards survival and change, first made into language, then into idea, then into more tangible action. Poetry is the way we help give name to the nameless so it can be thought. The farthest horizons of our hopes and fears are cobbled by our poems, carved from the rock experiences of our daily lives. I was going to die sooner or later, whether or not I had even spoken myself. My silences had not protected me. Your silences will not protect you. What are the words you do not yet have? What are the tyrannies you swallow day by day and attempt to make your own, until you will sicken and die of them, still in silence? We have been socialised to respect fear more than our own need for language. I began to ask each time, what's the worst that could happen to me if I tell the truth? Unlike women in other countries, our breaking silence is unlikely to have us jailed, disappeared, or run off the road at night. Our speaking out will irritate some people, get us called bitchy or hypersensitive, and disrupt some dinner parties. And then our speaking out will permit other women to speak until laws are changed and lives are saved and the world is altered forever. Thank you, Lord. And I was thinking in the whole campaign to support Pussy Riot, there's been some interesting things, and one of the interesting things that happened is that some people sort of tried to support the women of Pussy Riot have used pussy, the word pussy, in a derogatory way, so they've called Putin a pussy, as though a pussy is something negative and weak. And we have to have pussy positivity. And to do that, I'm going to read Grace Nichols' My Black Triangle. My black triangle, sandwiched between the geography of my thighs, is a Bermuda of tiny atoms, forever seizing and releasing the world. My black triangle is so rich that it flows over onto the dry crotch of the world. My black triangle is black light, sitting on the threshold of the world, overlooking all my deep probabilities. And though it spares a thought for history, my black triangle has spread beyond his story, beyond the dry fears of patriarchy, spreading and growing, trusting and flowing. My black triangle carries the seal of approval of my deepest self. Thank you. Tonight wouldn't be right without balaclava, so here we go. There we are. That's right. And this is what I've written, which isn't a poem, it's more kind of like an incantation or a kind of weird sort of a prayer in the spirit of what Pussy Riot did. And it's kind of audience participation, only if you want to, because I don't want to be authoritarian, so if you'd like to, and if you'd like to, when I go like that, if you could all say, we are all Pussy Riot. We are all Pussy Riot. Brilliant. So, because a group of brave women refused to be silenced,
we are all Pussy Riot.
Because their freedom was taken by 2 years hard labour,
we are all Pussy Riot.
Because of the tyranny of a Russian oligarchy,
We are all Pussy Riot!
because of the tyranny of Western democracy,
We are all Pussy Riot!
because a gay man in Cameroon gets 3 years in prison for texting, "I love you," we are
All Pussy Riot!
because at Brighton Pride, queer resistant activists were kettled by the police, we
We are all Pussy Riot!
because in Saudi Arabia, women cannot vote, play sport, or leave the home without a man, we
We are
are
all Pussy Riot!
because in the United Kingdom, in the USA, in every country, the war against women's bodies is still not taken seriously, we
We are
are
all Pussy Riot!
because if only one person is oppressed, none of us can truly be free, we
We are
are
all Pussy Riot!
because of racism, because of oppression and the violence of poverty, we
We
are
are all Pussy Riot!
until we stop using pussy, cunt or any word linked to being female or to femininity as insults or swear words, we
We are
are
all Pussy Riot!
until the liberation of women becomes a reality, we
We are
are
all Pussy Riot!
until 3 Russian women, until every political prisoner and every prisoner of conscience walks free, we
We are
are
all Pussy Riot!
Thank you. About Russia and the Russian government, the same sort of repression of freedom of speech and is going on in the West as well.